What's going on, Untitled Sports? Back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the 5 quarterbacks that were drafted in the 2021 NFL draft. And a lot of people view this draft class for quarterbacks as one of the, top QB classes in who knows how long. I mean, there were just, coming out of college, just some unbelievable prospects. Some really, really good players who, really, they really haven't carried it into, their NFL career. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about who I think is the best one right now. And we're going to start off with Mack Jones, who I think is the best. I'm going to be ranking them 1 to 5. Mack Jones was drafted last of these players, 15th overall, but he is in the best situation. You can't, talk about him without saying that. He's got one of the best coaches in the history of the NFL, Bill Belichick. He's got one of the better He's got the best offensive lines of these 5 quarterbacks. He's got the best, he's definitely got a top 5 defense in the league. His run game's terrific, so he's set up very, very nicely. His record's 9-4. He's one of the top teams in the AFC. Mack Jones has been terrific. He's got a completion percentage of over 70%. He's got 16 touchdowns. He's thrown 8 picks. I mean, it's 2.1% the INT rate. The ratio is 2 to 1. But he has been good. I mean, he's averaging 221 yards a game. For me, it's Mack Jones because the situation he's in. Had you put Trevor Lawrence in this situation, my God, he would be incredible. Whoever went into New England would be the best. And right now, it's clear, it's Mack Jones, in my opinion. The second guy for me is Justin Fields. I mean, he's not realistically, these guys have all struggled, but I think Justin Fields has been a little bit better than everyone else. He's kind of been able to, use his legs, really nicely. This is just based off my opinion. But I think Fields has really done a nice job. I mean, in a terrible situation in Chicago, they got a bad team, bad coach, bad line. He's only averaging 145 yards a game. But in the rushing game, he's averaging 35 yards a game. So he's been very good on that front. He's got 6 touchdowns and he's thrown 10 picks, so that's obviously scary there. But for Fields, I think he's just in a bad spot, and I think he's going to be a good quarterback if he's put in a better spot. For me, the number 3 guy is Trevor Lawrence. Now, he's in the worst spot of anybody. His head coach was an absolute moron. He got fired. They had no choice but to fire him. He was pathetic. And Trevor Lawrence, I mean, he's won 2 games. That's all you need to know about that team. It's terrible. But the guy's not helped himself. I mean, he's thrown 14 picks in 13 games. He's only thrown 9 touchdowns. He's averaging 210 a game in terms of yardage. 58% completion rate. It's not great. But Urban Meyer screwed him up. It's going to be interesting to see this week, what happens with the new head coach. He's going up against another 2-win team, so maybe, maybe he's in a better spot. Maybe we'll see something out of him. Who knows? It's going to be an interesting game. Of course, he was drafted 1st overall. He was one of the, most highly talked about guys coming out of college ever. He was that good coming out. So very interesting situation there. But who knows? Hopefully, this next, hopefully the next GM is able, the next head coach is able to kind of steer him back onto the right path. It was just awfully tough. But like I said, hopefully things get better. Hopefully he's able to have a revived career. And then at number 4, I'm going to say Trey Lance. He's only played 5 games. He started 1 of them. Not a whole lot. I mean, he's got 4 total touchdowns, and he has barely played any snaps. I mean, he's got 48 passing attempts. He's thrown 3 touchdowns there. He's got 38 rushing attempts, and he has a touchdown rushing. He's thrown 1 interception His completion rate's just 52%. Nothing good there, but when Trey Lance has been asked to step in, he's been decent. He was called upon in the game against the Seahawks early on in the year. He came in relief of Garoppolo, and he was 9 for 18 with 157 and 2 touchdowns. He had also 41 rushing yards. Like he shows flashes that he could be a great quarterback. For San Fran, I wanted them. I thought it would be better for them to take Lance over Mack Jones. They ended up doing that. I think that still is the right decision. I think once they get Garoppolo out of the way in the offseason, they give him the week 1 start next season, which I think is going to happen. He's going to be a different guy, and I think he's going to come in. It's a great situation. Head coach is Kyle Shanahan. You can't question that. Offensive line's great. Got a couple weapons. Great team around him. Great defense. So he's going to have a bright future. So Trey Lance is the 4th best. And then, guys, in last, this is obvious. I think everyone can kind of say this. Zach Wilson is terrible. The guy's just not been good. Started 9 games. He's just, every game he's in is an absolute blowout. He gets just destroyed. A lot of his yards are garbage time because his team's getting blown out all the time, and he's still not even averaging 200 passing yards a game. He's averaging 193 a game. His completion percentage is 56%. He's thrown 6 touchdowns. He's thrown 11 picks. He's fumbled the ball 3 times. He's not been good. It's tough. For Wilson, the Jets aren't a good team. He's missing his best offensive lineman, Mekhi Becton. It's just it's another bad situation there. But Zach Wilson has not been good by any means. Hopefully he's able to be worthy of that number 2 pick. It's going to take time, obviously, especially when you're in a situation like that. But for Zach Wilson, he's just a lot of his yards are kind of ones you can't really look at because they're all in garbage time. You take a look at the game against the Saints this week. A ton of his 202 passing yards were in a time where the game didn't matter. It's just a tough spot. Zach Wilson, in my opinion, is the worst. To this point, he's the worst quarterback of that 2021 NFL draft class. But that's all I got in this video, guys. Please leave a comment down below your thoughts on what the way I ranked these top 5 quarterbacks from the draft class. Let me know what would change. Let me know what you think about each of these guys. And as always, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I appreciate all the support that you guys have given. But like I said, please comment down below, like, subscribe. We'll see you guys all in the next video.